So in this video, I'm just going to talk about how to focus your mind. I mean, normally at work, but it could be in any situation in your life where you need to concentrate. Everyone knows about multitasking. Everyone's heard about that, you know, it doesn't work. But I like to sort of go into a little bit more detail and talk about things like compulsive behaviour and doing things that bring you closer together to yourself, to your natural thought pattern. I like to think that your natural thought pattern is like a very calm sea. If you imagine, you know, when you're in the womb, you know, you're not distracted by things. It's probably the calmest you've been, and maybe ever will be until you die, perhaps, who knows. But that's a very calm sea there. And then if you want to send a thought over that sea and it's like a ship, and you want to get that ship, like Christopher Columbus sailing that ship to America, you really need to concentrate quite hard. It's going to be quite difficult for you if you've got other waves coming in and pushing that ship off course. And I like to think of the other waves coming in as other thoughts in your mind. So you're trying to clear your mind of other thoughts and just to let that thought progress. So how do you clear your mind? How do you still these other waves in your mind? For example, compulsive behaviors are things that we build up over years and actually lifetimes. Very difficult things to unbuild. So there's no suggestion that you can just do this in an instant, like a one-day thing. You need to work on this over time, like almost like a gym, like going to the gym and like working out a particular muscle group. That's the same thing with your mind. But you can try and reduce compulsive behaviors. These are things which kind of tear our mind off at tangents and just keep tearing us away from that task in hand, and do other things which are kind of bringing you closer together with yourself, with your natural state. So, you know, the obvious example for compulsive behaviors are things like phone and email. When you're going in, I don't know about you, but I've got a habit with my phone. Like I'll often, if I'm bored or waiting for something, like waiting for the bus, I'll go in, check my phone in a certain habit, like a pattern, like check the WhatsApps, the text, and check the Facebook, and then maybe go back and do it again. And what are you doing there? You don't know what you're doing. You're just going in and you're just checking things. The same, like you might be going to the fridge to reach for some food that you know you didn't even want because you're not even hungry, or looking in the mirror, or anything that's kind of compulsive. So you're trying to cut down on that. So when you're obviously going into your phone and your email, you're going in with a specific purpose in mind. Try and train your mind to like go into that device and just get that and extract that information that you need. So just open that one email and reply to it, or just open that one text message, you know, and reply if that's what you intended to do. Maybe pause before you even open it and just tell yourself, right, I'm just going in to do this one thing. And you know, try and remember and try and like give yourself don't beat yourself up if you can't do it. It's tough, right? But just give yourself like a pause. And the other thing about phones and emails and even interactions with people is that what most people don't know is that whenever you interact with someone else, you get a little injection of a hormone called cortisol in your system. Cortisol is something from, you know, even back in sort of caveman and woman times when we were hunting and, you know, there's danger and it kind of increases your stress levels. So, or it could be stranger anxiety or danger from other tribes. So we would go out hunting all day and maybe encounter a saber-toothed tiger or another tribe of humans. You get cortisol. Same thing releases when you get a message on your phone, you're getting cortisol. But in those days, back in the cave days, we would then spend time at the end of the day, you know, staring into the moon or looking into the fire and just kind of stilling your mind. So kind of counteracting all of that, all those little moments in your day. That's what we don't do now as much. We don't really switch off in a waking moment way. We just sleep, and then when we're awake, there's so much data input from everywhere, especially screens, but you know, phones and everything, and people, you know, that we're not able to kind of counteract with that stillness and getting back to stilling that sea. So trying to make time in your day as well for kind of stillness, whether that's going for a walk or whatever it's you like to do, sport, it might be, you know, yoga or meditation, that's going like a big craze now, but whatever it is, just kind of bringing yourself back into kind of like a oneness with yourself, with a natural kind of neutral stillness, like your kind of original state. And, you know, again, like avoiding compulsive behaviors. But even if you're doing something like, if you're doing some work that you don't really like, that not liking it, that's going to affect your brain patterns. So not liking it is kind of going to produce emotions there of, you know, stress again. So if you can try to make yourself like whatever you're doing It might not be you're loving that task. You might be filling in a spreadsheet with the figures for this quarter. It might be the most boring, dull task. You might really hate it. You might hate your boss. I mean, a lot of people do. But just think, what am I getting out of this? You know, I'm getting paid at the end of the month. You know, I'm going on holiday. Basically, I'm lucky to have this job. I'm gonna enjoy this task. So just by enjoying whatever it is you're doing, you're kind of, again, like stilling that kind of plateau of your mind in order to allow yourself to complete that task. You're gonna complete it quicker, more efficiently, more accurately, and then you're gonna be able to just go home early at the end of the day. So give it a whirl, and don't forget to like this video or comment, ask any questions, we'll get back to you, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much, cheers.